Hey traders, welcome to the emisstrade.com recap video. It is Sunday afternoon. I wanted to get a quick video out to you. It's a gorgeous day out, so we'll make this quick. Let's take a look at what we did on Friday. We had one NASDAQ trade short on Friday. Just took a little clip out of the market. It was still a lot of uncertainty going on in the market on Friday. As you can see here, we gapped down in the morning. We had a little news out, and then a lot of that stuff coming out of Egypt caused a little rally in the market here, and once we broke out of that 22 level, it was off to the races there. So it was really a difficult day to judge direction on this, and the pullbacks again were fairly meaningless. They weren't deep enough to get on board, so we were really cautious about grabbing a trade and going long with it. And as we talked about for quite some time, we are quite long into this market here. We don't know if or when there's going to be a pullback. Since since the beginning of December, I can see one meaningful pullback, and that was back around the 31st of January here. So we don't know when or how this thing's going to dump some of this profit, but when they do, we expect a little volatility to come in the play. In the meantime, if we can get a trade to the upside or downside, we will take it on this. But for right now, we're just being safe. So let's take a look at the levels. I think we're going to have a good week this week. We have a good amount of news out, and then we follow that up with Bernanke speaking on Friday. So to the upside here, again, our highs of the 28 area are going to come into play quite a bit. If we break up above that, I'm expecting the 1334 up to the 1336 area to be resistance, and then if we trade above the 36 area, I expect a bunch of stops to get run. On the downside, that breakout, if you remember, I talked about the 1325 level last week, and price went up and got rejected by that first, and we broke through, so I expect that to be first line of support, and then followed by the 20 area. Then I drew some fibs from the highs to the lows here, so we have 18 and 16 on the fibs, and then of course our ever popular 13-13-50 area still can act as support. It's acted as support numerous times. And I did want to bring that to your attention as well. I said a couple weeks ago if we traded above that 13-13-50 level, it could be off to the races, and right now that looks like what's happening at this time. 1334 looks like the next stop on the train, and we barring any catastrophes or any pullbacks, or should I say profit taking, then 1334 could get hit this week. It's hard to think short in this market long term. If you do think short, it's on a very short term basis, because there has been no pullbacks to speak of, and the short-term trends have been just that, very short-term. So be careful if you're taking the short side of the market. Make sure you got a good trend, and make sure you follow stops on that. Otherwise, check your economic calendars for next week. We do have another webinar coming up in looks like 2 weeks. We will be putting that announcement out this coming week, so take a look at that. Otherwise, everybody have a great rest of the weekend, and trade safe Monday. We'll talk to you then.